Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oops.
Okay, mic test. Quick mic test.
1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test.
Okay, that's a little better.
Am I still echoing, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Oh, by the way, the chat room is open. You guys, come say hi, hello.
I think we should be
So.
good. Hold on. Okay, now there we go. Now you can see.
Oh,
Oh. Did it turn black again?
yepers. Unless this was a starting black.
No, it's not. This is weird.
Oh, there we go.
For some reason, I can't full screen it.
Huh?
Okay, well.
That works. This works. I can do it.
That's what I'll
Uh
have to do.
oh. It went black. It went black again.
Black and black.
Black by black. Southwest by southwest. South by southwest. Uh-oh. South by southwest. Oh no.
This is weird.
That's trippy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's way better.
Okay. Now we can start the show. Whoa.
And it went black again. Oh,
Okay, here we go. Let's keep it this way.
Get told that the world
good?
is the way it is.
Yep, good.
Your life is just to live your life inside the world. Try not to bash into the walls too much. Try to have a nice family life. Have fun. Save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact. And that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you.
Very true.
This is a lot of fancy drone footage.
Definitely. Makes our vlog game look weak.
Life was made up by people who are no smarter than you. If you decide to close out this video, I hope that single statement stays with you, because once you truly understand it, it will shape your every single decision in life. 5 years ago, I was unhappy. I was sick.
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh.
Keeps
And I
doing that.
thought this is how
There we
life
go.
had to be.
There we
The
go.
crazy thing is, I was just about ready to accept it, to let life pass by me as I sat there, alone and isolated in my little cubicle. This moment in my life was the worst and best thing that ever happened to me. It taught me the most powerful life lesson that no school and no university ever could. This is not a sponsored video, and I'm not
Whoa,
going to try
what
to
the
sell you
hell
something.
happened?
This is the video that
What
I
happened?
needed in my darkest
No,
days when I was
no,
working
it-
a 9 to
it
5.
randomly
took the
kicked me
joy
out,
of my day to day. And my only goal
Are you good?
Discord randomly kicked me out. No, we're good. We're good.
Wait, Discord
We're
pick
good.
you up?
No. Like it was like I was just watching the video and then Discord just kicked me out of the like the watch your stream part.
Oh, okay. Are you good now?
But I'm good now. I'm good.
Let's continue. Hopefully, no more hiccups.
today
Yep.
is to share that
Roll clip.
lesson and
Roll
how
clip.
you can do the same too. But first, I need to share a piece of my story that, frankly, I've avoided sharing in the past. In 2015, I started working with one of the big 4 accounting firms, and for the first time in my life, I experienced my own form of depression. I went from being a highly driven and healthy young adult to seeing all of that change in a matter of just a few short months. I lost my drive, my ambition, to the point where getting out of bed every day became a battle. I saw the health that I had taken for granted my whole life take a complete 180 on me. I started experiencing short-term memory loss, random muscle spasms, and a twitchy eye. These weird conditions and many more all started coming on at the same time, and so naturally I had to look for answers. After a few quick Google searches, I was convinced that I had early symptoms of MS, which is another life lesson: don't try to diagnose yourself. So naturally, I did what everyone would do. I booked myself a doctor's appointment, but after a couple sessions of blood and urine samples, it became very apparent that on paper, I was a healthy young adult. I was strangely devastated by these findings. I wanted to be told that, oh, your this levels are off, or you're just not eating enough of that, or even take these meds, it'll make all your problems go away. Instead, my doctor told me he believed it was all stress related. And to be honest, when I heard that, I felt like that was just a feel-good BS. I felt deep down inside I had MS. Sorry, doc. From losing a loved one, relationship struggles, or exam season, I've had my fair share of normal stresses. And in all these times, it had never impacted my physical health. So I left the doctor's office and I changed absolutely nothing because I didn't really believe it, but also I feared the idea of change. I knew mentally I wasn't in the best place since starting that new job, but I feared giving up that prestigious title and the future opportunities that I would be abandoning. I feared what my parents and friends would say, and I especially feared leaving my job only to fail. And so I stayed put. A few weeks went by and I continued going to work, feeling miserable and seeing new health problems spring up. It became my new normal, and it sucked. After 3 months grinding away at the firm and seeing all my dreams go by the wayside, I realized in that moment I had to make a decision. Either go and find a new job that's more in line with who I was as a person, or what I really wanted to do, take the time to wholeheartedly pursue my own passions and projects. The problem was, I was broke and I didn't know how to make money with my passions, and I barely even knew what my passions were at the time. I also didn't have anyone in my life who encouraged me to do something so bold. In fact, my parents, my friends encouraged me to stay at the firm, telling me things like, don't worry, it will get better. Soon you'll be promoted and you'll be able to do what you love. These are the responses we've all heard to make the most of a shitty situation. But I asked myself one question that gave me sudden clarity. Does anyone in this office have a life that I aspire to live? For that matter, does anybody in a 9-to-5 lifestyle have a life that I aspire to live? And the answer was simply no. This is when my life changed. I still had no money, a ton of fear and mental hurdles, no concrete plans, but the decision had never become so easy. On November 15th, 2015, I handed in my resignation. The moment that I quit, it was like the flick of a light switch. My smile came back. My motivation was at an all-time high, and my health problems disappeared like magic. Turns out, my doctor was right. I truly underestimated the importance of mental health. After handing in my resignation, I called my parents. They were shocked and a little disappointed. I called my landlord and I was super lucky because he only charged me a small premium for canceling my contract early. And my third phone call was to my buddy Bram, who at the time was working as a general contractor. And just like that, he was able to get me a flexible part-time job that enabled me to set my own hours and make 17 Canadian dollars an hour. Almost the following day, I was back to work. From Monday to Wednesday, I would work 12-hour days helping set up a Best Buy as a general laborer. And from Thursday to Sunday, that's where the real work happened, building the early Los LeBlanc business. I would spend morning to night teaching myself how to edit, researching my upcoming travel plans, and I even began pitching my humble little channel to camera brands in hopes they would buy into my story and loan me the camera gear I could never afford to buy. I truly discovered my secret power, and that was determination fueled by passion. In just 30 days, I was able to buy my one-way ticket from Vancouver to Bangkok, Thailand. I was able to take my bank account from being nearly empty to having $2,500 US on reserve. And I had landed an agreement with Panasonic, and they sent me a GH4 and a lens with basically no strings attached. And my parents even started to get on board as they saw how hard I was working and that this was truly my passion. But most of all, I had never been happier in my life. After just 3 months on the road, I had my first break-even month, meaning that my expenses were completely paid off by my revenue. In year 1, I was able to make a modest profit of $10,000 by keeping my costs low, knocking on hostile doors, cold calling tour operators, and finding any other way that I could to make money and save money. In year number 3, I had my first 6-figure annual income, and in year 4, I had achieved over $1 million in revenue. And after 5 years, I went from creating travel content to now teaching well over 1,000 other creators how to become their own bosses. Every door I've ever wanted open has swung open. Am I just lucky? Well, here's the reason I really made this video. Odds are really good you can relate to where I was. Working a job that you don't love and knowing that there's so much more to life, but being pressured into sticking to the status quo. This is how most people will live their entire lives. The greatest discovery of my 27 years on this planet is something that I am so fortunate to have learned early on in life. It's something that I wasn't taught, but it is the #1 thing that I will teach to my children and anyone I get to know closely. And that is, what you believe is what you will achieve. In other words, your state of mind determines your finish line. Yeah, I spent like 15 minutes coming up with that. Simply put, we define our own limits by what we believe. The problem is, most of us, including myself, are not taught how capable we really are. And so we abandon our dreams and set boundaries that lack ambition. We are told to be successful, we have to go to school, find a stable 9-to-5, and then in time, retire. But the crazy thing is, we're not told to find a career we actually love. We're told that 9 out of 10 businesses fail, but nobody tells us what it takes to be that 1 out of 10. We're told that it takes luck to be successful, but nobody talks about the fact that you can make your own luck. Now, the good news. We all have that ability to train and unlock a mindset that makes us truly unstoppable. A mindset that's so powerful that failure becomes completely out of the equation. Now, one thing I need to say is there's absolutely nothing wrong with working 9 to 5. The problem is compromise. Before building out Los LeBlanc, I had maybe worked 7 or 8 jobs, and every single time it felt like I was sacrificing a piece of me just to be able to make a bit of money so that I could get by. On Mondays, I was constantly thinking about Saturday. In November, as things got rainy and gloomy, I was dreaming what I would do with my 2 weeks off in June. Constantly looking to the future and never living in the moment only exasperated my unhappiness. My early jobs made me think that all careers would be like this. And so I just had to find the one that sucked the least. But a shocking discovery that I had was that it was possible to have just as much, if not even more joy in my days at work than on my days off. I want that for you. You're going to be spending majority of your best years working in that career, in that field. So why not make sure it's something that you love? Something that brings you joy and happiness, and something you would do even if nobody was paying you to do it. Your dream career is out there, but nobody's gonna give it to you. You have to go out there and take it for yourself. And to do that, you're going to need an unstoppable mindset. Being unstoppable means learning to push forward even when you're dealt a shitty hand. It means pressing onward even when the world tells you to turn back. And it means holding on to your dreams even when you start to question yourself. Identifying these passions is crucial because when you do what you love, you'll be able to withstand the upcoming challenges, and they're bound to happen. Today, you might not even know what those passions are. I didn't know what mine were until I actually went out there and did them. So in all honesty, you might start off by reaching for the wrong thing, but just remember that is part of the journey. Ups and downs, and even sometimes taking wrong turns. But as long as you are moving, eventually you will be moving in the right direction. Secondly, you need to reach for a goal that scares you. If it doesn't scare you, it's because you're not pushing hard enough. Your goal is not yet ambitious enough. Fear is the #1 indicator that what you're reaching for is great. So lean into the fear and remember what's waiting on the other side. And lastly, you must protect your mindset. So be careful who you spend your time with, and be even more careful who you take your advice from. Mentors are great, but information is only as good as the source. Ask yourself if the advice you seek is coming from a person who has already achieved what it is you seek to achieve yourself. Now, you might be asking yourself, what if I fail? I remember I used to get asked all the time, Christian, what are you gonna do when your channel stops getting watched? As if that was my only lifeline. When I started my journey, I had no film experience, but today I get contacted to shoot six-figure campaigns and commercials. When I first started, I had no idea how e-commerce worked, but today I have a thriving content creator academy, I sell travel guides online, and I could easily make a living teaching others how to do the same. When I started, I had no connections and no idea what I was doing. But today, I have more promising business ideas than I know what to do with. If Lost LeBlanc becomes irrelevant, or if it had never even been relevant in the first place, I would still have so many avenues to turn this so-called failure into a wild success. Your thing might not be travel or content creation, but whether you want to open up that yoga studio or take your personal training online, embrace the journey. It might not take you exactly where you think it will, but that's only because your end destination will be even greater than you imagined. Do not feel sentenced to a 9-to-5 that you don't want. It is impossible to fail when you wholeheartedly commit to the unknown. And lastly, this is directed at you. Do not wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment simply doesn't exist. The only thing we have guaranteed is today, make it count. Life was made up by people who are no smarter than you and I, so let's write our own rules.
There you go. So, having watched that, does it kind of instill a sort of mindset? Because in a way, you can relate to it. I mean, I relate to it.
In a way, yes. Okay. Honestly, it kind of felt like it felt like a dig to me, in a way, like, ooh, okay, okay, I get it. I work a shit 15 an hour job.
I mean, it's not just about the money, but it's like, are you really happy though with what you're doing? You know, that's the greater question you gotta ask yourself. Are you just getting by, or do you actually enjoy what you're doing?
It's kind of interesting to answer that question fully, because because one of the, because usually the coworker that I get mentored by notices that I get very moody.
Oh, uh-oh.
And I was like, I tell him, yeah, you know what, I do get kind of fucking moody, because half the shit that we do is not I told him, no offense, kind of bullshit sometimes. Or actually, no, not half the shit we do. Half the shit that we have to go through is bullshit.
Let's get deeper into that. What makes it bullshit to you in your mind?
Complete bullshit. And okay, so
excuse me.
I find it complete bullshit to reschedule a work order. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, shit. Okay, if for example, all right. So let's so I'm just gonna use this scenario here. So let's say I gotta go change out an AC. Sure. And we get to the house. We call the resident. Actually, no. Before we get to the house, we call the resident. We call the resident. Let them know we're coming. Okay. And the resident doesn't answer. But before that, before all that, the other technician I work with, stupid ass Holly, has me load up everything in the van, from the AC, the materials, this and that, right? So fast forward, we get to the house, right? Resident's not answering. So go to the house, knock on the door. Resident still doesn't answer. And then service tech calls dispatch, tells them, hey, resident's not answering, can you give them a call? Sure. And then once we find out that, oh yeah, resident answering, just tag the door, and then tells me, oh yeah, sorry Phil, we got to reschedule. Here's the shit part. I had to go back all the way to the warehouse and drop off all the material that I just loaded in my van for no fucking reason. Like I was like when I get my schedule in the morning, I look forward to like honestly, I'm happy. I look forward to like getting shit done. Not
Yeah.
having not having to sit in the van and go to the house and find out, oh, cancel, reschedule. I hate that shit. It's stupid.
Yeah, because most of the work, gets you through the day, and your day goes faster because of the job at hand, right? The
Exactly.
work order. So yeah, that sucks. That you guys, is that a normal thing, like getting rescheduled and shit?
Sadly, it is because sometimes the resident is either at work or the really funny one is they actually fell asleep,
Wow,
and I know that.
what the hell?
And then there was one other one that really kind of tipped me off a little bit, but I didn't say nothing. I just kind of kept my mouth shut.
What happened?
It was basically, oh, there's too much stuff in the way of the AC. We can't do any work on it. I'm
Too
like,
much stuff
we
in the
could
AC?
like okay, like there okay. Imagine if there's like so you have like the AC that's like right above here, right?
Right.
And below it is like is basically a 10-pound shelf that's easily movable.
Oh, I see.
So the dude that I work with comes with the most good English bullshit reason to not do it, and then ends up rescheduling, and then I have to go back. I have to go back to the warehouse and write up a return form saying, oh, we couldn't do it because it got rescheduled. So
Because the guy's an asshole, an idiot.
literally, a
So yeah, you
literal
guys
idiot.
Bust your ass, loading everything into the truck, getting everything ready, prepped.
Man, I
Drive your way to the residence.
I had to bust my ass loading shit. Jesus.
Yeah. And that
Like-
enough is work alone, but the fact that you guys had to go back just because he made a dumb excuse. Damn.
Right.
So
And then
yeah,
you know what? And then you know what's the best part to all of this?
sure.
The actual manager, my boss, backs him up.
What?
He backs him
Hell
up. He believes believes in his bullshit, which I'm like thinking
So
like,
he's kissing ass to the clients.
wow, you are really. I was like, wow. I like. I'm thinking like I'm like talking inside my mind here, thinking like, bruh, you really gonna believe you really good. I know you old and all, but you really gonna believe it in his bullshit. But all right, you know what? That's you. All right, that's you. Whatever.
And
So-
the worst thing is you guys can't do a shit about it.
Nope. And you and then after and then here's some other fun stuff I get told I can't do, and which I call bullshit on. I call them out on this bullshit. Like I call them out bullshit for saying like, hey Phil, you can't do overtime with Eddie, or because you're staying late to do this shit. Like, come on.
Wait, what?
If you can't do overtime. You can't your labor. You can't do overtime. Like,
Oh my god.
my ass, please. If someone look okay in a situation where someone needs help, the other technician needs help changing a wax ring on a toilet, of course you're gonna need my help. Of
Right.
course you're gonna need my help on that stuff.
So they just decline your help because you're a laborer?
Yeah, all because my ass is a labor. Like man, I'm here to work, not to fuck around and shit.
Not
I mean,
to
sure,
waste
I'll-
time.
I mean, sure, I'll fuck around during lunch and stuff, but that's lunch.
Yeah, that's lunch.
That's
But
lunch.
You didn't wake up 5 a.m. just to go to work and horse around and not work.
Exactly.
Because that's the hardest part, waking up in the morning and mentally preparing and physically.
Yeah.
So, damn.
So sometimes I go against I literally go against the whole I literally go against the whole grain of like, well, you know what, I'm gonna do the overtime. sure, it's gonna bring me extra money, but you know what? That's not what I really care about. It's what matters. Getting shit done. That way, in long term future sense, we do not get caught behind and having to work longer days or Saturdays, which is worst case scenario.
Yep. Because you want to spend your weekend your own way.
Not having
less
not
stress.
not some
Or kiss
not some
ass.
not some silly bullshit. Not some silly bullshit like, oh, not some silly bullshit that, oh, there's too much stuff for me. Oh wait, it's 3:30. We can't accept an urgent or emergency call around that time. We got to give it to the night guys. I'm like, dude, why? Just fucking do it.
And that carries over to you for the next day.
Just fucking do it. We'll just fucking do it.
Yeah. So you don't mind doing the overtime?
I don't mind it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love when I get overtime, man. Sure. It may be long, and I may be tired as fuck, but I love it.
Nice. Yeah. As long as you like your you know what you're doing. If you get to do what you're doing, that's the hardest part. Because some lame excuses out there. But yeah, going back to the video, even if you're happy with what you're doing and stuff, for a short term, it's time to think about the future too. Because in a way, a lot of us don't live in the moment. If you think about it.
True.
We always think of, oh, what am I gonna do this Saturday? What am I gonna do this Friday? What am I gonna do for that vacation?
Yeah.
For me, I'm tired of living like that.
Yeah.
I just want to live in the moment. I want to enjoy what I'm doing, like at this moment in time. So, it might not start now, it might not start, in the long run, but that mindset is there as a seed. You plant that seed very early on, and you follow it. You try to follow that seed wherever it goes, or passion. So I guess for you, like let's go back here. The first passion you've had, like maybe in high school, maybe in college, what did you want to follow? Your dreams to, or blah blah blah.
At the time, like I was so like, I don't know if this term existed back then, but like I think I was so tunnel vision of, I don't even know if that's even the right term, but
that's a good term.
I was so tunnel vision of working in television. I want to work in television. I want to work in a news studio. I want to, because honestly, I had so much fun doing like the morning broadcast in Campbell and shit. Those to me were like, yeah,
you did that.
I was there behind this. I was there behind the scenes, whether it be on camera or creating graphics, creating graphics for the announcements and shit. I love that shit. It was really fun.
What class was this for, or you just volunteer?
One part of it was volunteer. The other part was actual class for TV production, standard TV production at the time.
Nice.
So, and then during those times, like, I would volunteer at the community neighborhood board meetings, which basically you can actually which can actually be rewatched on not OC16. Can't think of the term right now. Olelo on Olelo TV, where a lot of the neighborhood board meetings were filmed.
Right.
A lot of that stuff can be rewatched on Olelo, even though I know like only like people ages of like 50 and older that watches that shit still.
Yeah, it's something.
It was something.
You providing entertainment.
And I thought at the time, like, oh, this is something I want to do. This is some, I want to get into TV. Not so much of the writing aspect, but more of like the behind the scenes stuff. Like when it comes to like time to production, whether it's time to like, okay, let's get the broadcast rolling here. So that was like one passion of mine that I was just keen on doing.
So early
But
on, you've always wanted to just, up hands-on and entertain, I guess.
in a way, but more like behind the scenes kind of stuff, you know,
Production and
like
lighting.
production wise, well, lighting that might be a little bit,
Oh,
but
so
more
that's
more
another. Yeah, that's another department.
yeah, more the production side,
So
more
editing.
yeah, well, handling edits and whenever it was time to go live, okay, everything's checked, everything's in place,
Right. And
you
working
know,
with a
things like that.
team,
Yeah,
communication.
working with a team, communication. That was the stuff that I fucking love doing.
Nice. And what did you like try to translate that into, like going forward?
My hope at the time was, oh, what if like, okay, let's say I get to the level of working for like a news station, whether it be what at the time KGMB or
KHON.
um KHON or KITV. If I could, translate that work, or that I those that work going into it,
Right.
that'd be really cool. That'd be. And yeah, it felt kind of weird. It felt a tad bit weird that I went to LCC, but that was the only other place that ever offered TV production or broadcasting,
Mm.
like a broadcasting degree, or well, not broadcasting, excuse me, more like broadcasting certifications.
TV filming, yeah, film stuff. So
So
okay. Well, that's cool. And of course, obviously that passion has kind of dropped off in the later years, but
yeah,
that's like out of our control at the time, or what we thought.
right,
Because we just wanted to find a good job, whatever that may be, whatever pays us well enough to live by, to get by.
true.
But in the main scheme of things, we 9 out of 10 we don't really like that job.
Yes, granted.
9 times out of 10 we don't like that job. We're just there for the money, literally. And honestly, I'm tired of living like that. So that's why I've been so unemployed for so long. Because I mean, obviously my companies can't afford to hire me and stuff. But I've just been going through like a self reflection journey, I guess.
Mm.
Because I don't want to just find another job and make money. I want to find something that really makes me happy. I don't want to go back into that loop again.
Could I ask a question? Like,
Sure.
what are like the things that during this self-reflection journey did you have that, or I guess did you have those like aha moments?
Unfortunately and fortunately, I guess I haven't had that moment yet, the aha moment. But I'm working my way towards it. I'm starting to like cut things off mentally. Stuff I don't need
Right.
anymore, and try to learn new things that I may need in the future. So the first step would be like school. Major wise, I don't know yet. I'm hoping that will give me like a platform to get onto. But at the end of the day, that video kind of spoke to me in a way, because well, we can both sympathize that we both like editing, producing, and just vlogging. We've had vlogging, in the past. Obviously,
Right.
it didn't go anywhere, but I just feel like if we put enough passion and work behind it, we can get somewhere. I truly believe that, and you gotta believe that, or else you're not going anywhere. So
Personally for me, like that part of that,
Sure.
personally for me, like I thought I had something like I think not last year, but like when I was just doing like iPhone vlogs and stuff, I
Or
I
even Twitch,
thought, or Twitch, at the time, like I was thinking, maybe there actually is something here.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something I can do here. If I was consistent enough. And keyword of the night, ladies and gentlemen, is consistency. Because
Yep.
if I'm not if I'm not being consistent enough, like in terms of like the content produced,
Mhm.
then that means I'm going nowhere because to be honest with you and to everyone on this chat, I haven't been consistent.
Right.
So
I back you up on that. I haven't either. You know, I feel like we're on autopilot right now. If you think about it, in terms of content, you know.
yeah,
I mean, obviously the pandemic has kind of, you know, bullshitted us in that way. But you know, that shouldn't give us an excuse to just stop producing content. We can still do content. We just got to find our way around that and be more creative. That's what we're not using. We're not using our heads, if you think about it.
true.
You know, and we do want to get more consistent. But what pushes that is like the passion.
And I don't know if I sound like a broken record if I say this, but like in a way, yeah, that fire kind of like that kind of like fizzled out, you know, or it had a really big. It felt like it was going great, and it kind of like, you know, it fizzled out like a dud.
Yeah. So, I guess what gets in the way of that is pretty much just life, you know. But what is life? That's the bigger question. What gets in the way
what is the day in the life? That's the bigger question.
That's what
that's the bigger question.
We gotta find what happens in a day in a life. So, because it's a long winding road. Okay, that's enough beat on sponge.
Great.
Because someday we gotta find the sun.
True, and we'll follow it, or I'll follow the sun at least.
We'll definitely follow it. So we just gotta keep working like it's a hard day's night.
True, literally 8 days a week.
8 days, 8 days a week. So, but yeah, you know, I guess for you, Phil, when you did try to return back to the iPhone vlogging game and stuff, did you have a goal in mind, or were we just like, we'll see how it goes?
I think you kind of nailed it on the head. I think it's not anything. It was pretty much, yeah. Oh, let's you know what? Let's see where this goes. And if it doesn't go anywhere, well, shit.
Because you bought new equipment, right?
Well, shit. Yeah. Well. So. Well, shit. Because because if I remember correctly, yeah, my camera died my first camera actually died during a very dangerous hike. And I think from that lesson, like, next time if I'm gonna do some like really like hiking shit, I should really invest on a GoPro.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep.
So that lesson taught me, if ever a hike is gonna happen, the lesson to remember is invest on a GoPro, because you're more than likely, because that camera's gonna be more than likely to handle a lot of crazy shit and damages in any environment. Never ever bring a mirrorless camera hiking.
Nope. Especially not by the water.
especially not by the water. Yeah. After getting my knee scraped in half. Jesus Christ. So I learned
experience.
I learned that lesson literally the hard way.
Yeah. So, and unfortunately, it kind of made you like lose focus and lose motivation in that aspect.
Right.
You're like, oh well, if this is happening, I guess it's not meant to be, right? I think that was like one of my I won't say triggers, but it was just like one of those. It was just one of those things that kind of led to that that spiral, or actually that kind of started that spiral going downwards. So, just a matter of picking yourself up, because the only way here is up, right?
Right. Because I was pretty much goodbye yellow brick road. You
gotta be a rocket man, dude. You gotta make your way up there.
True.
So
it's not like I was a pinball wizard, but come on.
Give me a tiny dancer. Okay, we gotta stop with this.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. I mean,
So
we're not betting the Jets here. Come on.
you gotta find the stairway to heaven, but because eventually we want it all.
Good points. But hey, that's just these are the days of our lives,
Exactly. So we gotta find that one vision. Just
right?
keep us going. So
So
I guess we'll get to that later. The whole Queen. I know you're still working on the Queen list, right?
yeah, I'm still working on it.
And I know you're not done, so that's good because Nick's not here, so you can hopefully have more time to finish it.
Right.
So. But yeah,
So
I guess as a quick sneak peek, are you in like the 20s yet? Top 15, top 10?
we're still in the arguable 30 to 20 range still.
Okay.
It's a very mental argument at the
Oh
moment.
shit. Oh crap. We might have to do some rearranging here.
Well,
Sometimes we have to go higher.
just so you know, just so you know, let you on the inside. Innuendo is not at number 30. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Hopefully it's higher. We'll see.
Because I think I had to listen to that song like 10 times to
get it.
to get the understanding of it.
To get why it's such a masterpiece.
Yes.
So, I mean, you guys warmed up to Day in the Life pretty slow. At the first, like, wait, how is this number one? Because I know you had other songs in mind at number one.
I did.
So, but hey, so all about the warming up to it, and
Right.
getting what the meaning of the song really means, and the lyrics too. So
True.
okay. Hopefully it's
So-
higher than number 30. We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah. So. But yeah. Anyways, like, we're worried, but yeah.
Finding that goal and motivation again, in life. And that passion. That's the hard part.
Right now, right now, like I was just telling this to I was just telling this to Mira, one of the people who I trained with in jiu-jitsu last night.
Sure.
I told her like man, I haven't felt this happy in like so long. Like to be back in class, to be back training, to be at open mats, training again, like this is the shit that I mean. Okay, granted, yes, granted, as much as old and outdated this line will be, depending on how when you guys listen to it, like, yes, I blame the I blame the pandemic for ruining shit.
Yeah. It is what it is. But
I mean,
you gotta
yeah.
find your way around that.
Right?
Find the silver linings in life. And you
And-
found it, in a way.
In a way.
It's awesome.
So yeah, so just having to kind of just be back in it, and just having the most fun that I've had in a while just feels amazing.
So, good for you, man. That's awesome. And
So-
not to delve too deep in the future here too, but let's say we do decide to move within a year, right? Would you want to? I mean, you'd have to give up that aspect of that passion eventually.
Part of me
Maybe
doesn't.
move
Part of me.
on.
Part of me wants to find like a loophole around it
Okay.
in terms of like like I'm chasing to get my blue belt. Like, I'll do whatever it needs to take to show up to class and go to open mats and make sure that, you know, I ask all the questions, or I pick people's brains about certain things, and yeah, get and, you know, eventually the other part of it is actually like getting better rolling, getting you know, getting, well, I would say getting victory, because it's not always about getting a victory. It's just for me when I took the approach was like, okay, if I tap, oh, okay, well, what did I do wrong here? And then I'll just kind of like pick up it and learn from it.
Okay.
And then after that, once I can pick it up, I'll just pick up and kill it and just like go from there, you know?
Yeah, that's good. It not only teaches you, like, you know, physical stuff about jiu-jitsu, but stuff about life too. Not giving up.
So I personally don't want to give up jiu-jitsu at all. Like, if I can find a way to still continue my journey in the mainland, like, to keep that passion like going, I'd want to keep that passion going. So, and it's funny enough, like, I think literally over a month ago, me and Gresh would regularly have FaceTime calls, you know, just to check up on each other, see how we're doing and shit. And then from time to time, on Instagram, I send some jiu-jitsu posts to Gretch here and there, and then one conversation that we had pretty recently was like, what if I kind of Google search some jiu-jitsu schools in your area, like in Arizona, like, and luckily there was a shit ton of jiu-jitsu schools in Gretchen's area.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's jiu-jitsu schools everywhere, not just Arizona. You know, Nevada, I'm sure has some. Cali.
No, but in her area, like in Phoenix, there was like a shit ton. I sent her some links. I'm like, this is some good these are places that you could actually go and actually like legit learn.
Right.
So
nice. So did you make the decision already to go to Arizona?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say Arizona would be like, okay. If I'm like still on the fence of the like decisions, like I would definitely put Arizona in the top 3. I haven't made like an actual like.
I agree.
Oh. Full decision. I'm gonna move out to Arizona. You know, I don't want to make just that like
rash decision.
Brash decision just yet.
Yeah, you want to see what your options and stuff, and make sure this is the right decision. But no, I'm with you, man. I'm you know me already. We've been planning this, you know, moving out since like 2016, probably.
Right.
2017. The moving out before 30, you know, journey.
Yeah, and that's the well, not so much a gimmick, but it's the goal, and it's what basically, you know, in a lot of ways kind of needs to be done.
Because, you know, I don't want to be like 80% of, you know, locals here, no offense, that are like 40, 50 still living with their parents, or still still struggling.
Dude, I was real close to one of my friend, or a neighbor down the road, and so this dude question, we hardly talk now, we hardly talk because
did he move?
No, he's still there, and he's 35 years old, and I'm like, shit. I cannot, like, in my head, like that's just like one of those things, like I cannot be like 35 and like
Still living
still
that
be
life.
here. So
Yeah, man. The time to change is today. Or, whenever you're ready. Mentally and physically. And financially. Unfortunately, that's probably the most important thing. Catching up financially.
so in that terms, yeah. So in those terms, like, okay, I gotta think of something really like really, I don't say really soon, but like, I gotta get my shit in order, see what's going on.
Yeah. Because we only have so much time, man.
And like, and oddly enough, like back in December, like I officially made 3 years.
Wow. Has it been that long?
3 years back at IPC.
And I hate to say it, but you've kind of been in the same gutter for, no pun intended, for a while now, for 3 years.
Right. So
So is this telling you like something has to change?
exactly. Yeah. No. It was. And when I took that vacation, like I need when I because last year when I took 2 weeks off was an experiment, and that experiment worked.
Like mentally and stuff?
That physically, mentally, and financially, the experiment worked. Me taking off 2 weeks, that I was so happy when I took those 2 weeks off. That experiment worked, and it worked like a charm. Like knowing what I know, knowing what I know now, like if I'm ready to take another 2 weeks off again, I know what I need to do.
Okay. I guess if it's up to you if you want to divulge that information, but what would some of that things for you to do would be?
If I were to do it, if I were to do it again, I don't know when, but sometime this year, until something's set in stone, can't really officially say. But if the numbers are if I get my shit together and do the numbers right, and get where I need to be,
Sure.
then I think we're planting the seed for something greater and something a little bit more crazier.
Okay. This is regarding the trip, right?
This is regarding the trip.
Okay.
So
which we'll talk about more later after the show. But yeah,
so
I get you. I hear you. Planting that seed, man.
but yeah,
Starts now.
I don't. But man, I don't know for you, like during this time, like has it been like officially 1 year since you've been out?
No. Well, since the lockdown started last March. Actually, it's literally almost a year now since the stay-at-home order has been undertook. So that was the first time I got, laid off partially. And then I came back in May, I believe. So I was unemployed for 2 months, and I went back in May. And then I got literally laid off in August, late August last year. So
That's a real trip. It went like whoa.
It's really been a long and winding road and a roller coaster ride for me. So I've been officially, as of today, unemployed for 7 months now.
That's actually not. That's actually not as
Which sucks, but it's not as bad, as one
it
would think.
sounds.
Because weirdly enough, I'm still keeping afloat in my finances, which is a miracle in
Shit.
itself. So
I mean, thanks to unemployment or the unemployment.
yeah, unemployment benefits and Biden Stimulus
And-
checks. I know you got yours today.
Yeah, I'm not trying not to touch it
So
at all.
we're gonna have to bite our tongue and just invest in that in something important and not buy something we're gonna regret. So
So
definitely not touching that for me.
right.
But yeah, did that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, actually, because okay, at times like I kind of I always have the tendency of respecting people's space if it's like personal shit like that.
Sure.
But if I have to ask and if you don't want to tell me, cool, that's okay. I get if you want to tell me. That
Personal. shit.
it's yeah, some personal shit, like some things don't need to be said,
Right.
you know.
But
So-
no, if you ever need info from me or whatever, we've been pretty much like closest friends for like 5 years on the run now. So, I'm not scared to divulge anything. If you feel like the need to ask away. And the same goes for Nick too, if he's listening. So, and I know his things for him are looking up too, because the wifey's coming down finally.
Right?
I don't know the exact date, but good for him.
Good for him,
He can finally move on.
right?
So.
But yeah, no, but just moving on in general, like, man, not gonna lie, some parts of the video, I hardly agree, but some parts of the video, some parts were not quite my tempo.
Okay, and I know some parts of it may seem like kind of bullshit because, one, he actually finished college, which we haven't, so that's good shit for him.
Yeah,
So we haven't got to that point, but most of it, he comes from a sympathetic view, which is good, because he does sympathize with people like people that hate their 9-to-5 jobs or want to do something different, and stop living in the future. Kind of
right.
thing, So maybe you can translate that to your jujitsu passion someday.
If I can,
wherever that
yeah,
leads you.
if it leads to me to getting like belt promotions, which
Sure.
would be great. But yeah, oddly enough, some I don't know if you remember. I think it was like not this past Monday's episode. I think last episode when we were kind of sort of self-critiquing the match. A small match between myself and Tone. So the guy who actually filmed it had a chance to talk to him.
Okay.
And I also told him about our show here, our Monday Wednesday shows here, and
Okay.
yeah, and then sometime I don't know when, but he wanted me to teach him. He wanted me to teach him how to set up all this stuff with OBS and stuff like.
Oh.
I was like, oh yeah, I'll be glad to like yeah, I'll be glad to kind of work with you and with some stuff.
Hey, if he wants to join the Discord channel, by all means. The more the merrier.
So, oh yeah, most
He has
definitely.
questions.
So
Does he
yeah,
want to go to streaming, or what does he want to do specifically?
so right now he's basic right now he's kind of doing what we did, like, well, it's okay minus the sketches portion of it.
Sure.
He does kind of like a short film documentarian kind of like style of filming.
Ooh. Interesting. Mockumentary kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah, kind of.
Okay. What kind of content does he revolve around? Like, what is he trying to?
So the majority of the content that
Okay.
I seen were like filming different jiu-jitsu well, a lot of jiu-jitsu content, whether it be matches or whether it be like different schools, like what is their what does this what does this school have, you know, in terms of like training purposes, and like how the business is ran, or just like really like small time stuff, which I thought were just like pretty cool. And then like after like he films it, like he'll have the people who did the match actually do like a kind of DVD commentary.
Well, okay, play by play.
Like a play by play commentary.
Nice.
So, which I thought was which I think was like pretty damn awesome.
That's pretty dope.
So
he's still in the beginning stages.
In a way, yeah. And what's funny enough, like, because last week after open mat, right? So he pulled up my we pulled up my match on my phone because I downloaded it and stuff.
Sure.
And we basically did. We basically did the whole DVD commentary play by play kind of recording, and you know the dude Jesse, he actually had his equipment. I was utterly surprised, like because he had like a whole lavalier setup. I'm like, wow.
Oh, nice.
Like a
equipment.
Like legit like portable lavalier set, like a portable lavalier setup. I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. This is actually pretty cool. And when I saw like the content, I was like, when I saw the content, oh dude, this is good. And you're shooting this off on an AC300? Really? This is good.
Can we get some previews?
Let me see.
Actually, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
I'll give you guys a pre. Okay. Okay.
All right. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
What do we got here?
All right. So this is actually one of his content. So, Jess, if you're watching this, brother, we're gonna be showing some of your content. If it's cool, to show, go ahead and show it.
Promoting your stuff. All right.
So
let's see.
Oh yeah, we go at it like at the tournament every single time we roll each other. And I guess
so this is Tone.
And we play two different styles too. So
this is the guy I rode with, but
upside down berimbolo, inverted, plays a lot of like leg locks and top game and pressure. He has a good guard too. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I would like to go upside down, and if I go upside down, he likes to just toe hold the shit out of me. So it's like it just makes my upside down game more better.
Okay.
Like if I try to go to berimbolo and try to toe hold.
Okay.
So it's like we just constantly find each other's weakness and we just push each other. And it makes it worse because I like to talk a lot of smack all day until we end up in the evening and start rolling in the And then most times, yeah, I get my ass. And I'm already all week. Look, has to change his name.
So they're both brothers actually.
Oh wow.
They're twin brothers.
Both on black.
Both brown belts.
Oh, I mean the key. So they're both pretty advanced.
Oh yeah. Dang. You know what's funny enough? He's actually so he doesn't use Premiere, but he actually uses I don't know if you're familiar with Sony Vegas.
Sure. Yeah. I know Sony Vegas.
I was utterly surprised he used Sony Vegas. I'm like, shit, I haven't heard of Sony Vegas since like
That's like
high
06.
school.
Yeah, holy crap. That was before QuickTime, or around the QuickTime. Nice control.
Oh, he could have got omoplata. Jesus Christ.
It's so cool how they're brothers though.
Yeah.
So there's some rivalry going on.
They're good. See, they're really good when it comes to like leg locks and stuff, or heel hooks and shit. Yeah. Yeah, they know each other way too well. They'll know each other's like
Yeah.
movesets.
Okay. Can he get out of it?
Oh no! Wait.
Okay, he got the ankle. That's
You
pretty
got
tight.
it. Ah! You got it. You got it.
That was tight. Oh snap!
Oh Jesus Christ!
Does it really get that physical in there?
Yeah. We get, not gonna lie. Yeah, that shit gets pretty physical in there.
Yeah. Have you had some scratches? Wounds?
Remember I told you guys I had a cauliflower ear?
Oh shit! I know that's something that happens over time.
I mean, still, that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Good shit.
No, but yeah, no.
What's the guy's name?
Jesse. So,
Jesse.
and no, we don't want to confuse him with puzzle
Missing
Jesse.
puzzle.
No,
Yeah.
missing puzzle Jesse. No. But yeah, no, I was utterly surprised that of the content that he has producing in terms of like when it comes to like jiu-jitsu related content. I'm like, this is actually really good.
I mean, editing wise, you know, I'm not gonna bash on him or anything, but that the music could have been a little softer because I wanted to hear like what he was saying a little more.
Yeah.
And more of the combat, but no, overall the quality is top notch for what he's using. A63.
Yeah, I was actually like, wow, this is actually really good.
So, yeah,
So
pretty good. So shout outs to what's his channel?
yeah, so so his channel is Miley Girl, but give him a quick plug. Yeah, so Miley Girl or aka Kakoa Collective, which I think Jesse, you're doing a fucking phenomenal job with the content. I fucking love it. It's good.
So Kakoa
It's a bit.
Collective.
Well, it's just under his personal channel. It's not. He hasn't like official. I don't think he actually officially launched Kakoa Collective as like an actual business channel or like the
okay.
actual like. Right now, it's just like under his personal
see.
channel.
Okay. But he's working under the brand.
Yeah,
He's just posting his own videos on his own channel.
pretty much.
Okay, because I'm checking out Kakoa right now. Yeah, not as active as they should be though. 10 months ago was the last video.
So,
But no,
So I was
they,
like,
got,
oh.
they got some good content on here. Jujutsu stuff and surfing.
yeah, no. So yeah, legit, like utterly, like surprised. I'm like, wow, this is actually really good.
Wow.
So, and in a way, like I don't want to say that it's gonna. I don't want to say that could. After seeing that content, like, could it be? Can it be a way for me to reignite that
You're
the film aspect of it all? Maybe, but I don't want to just say hell yeah. But then and then 1 second later, I'll do another day.
Yeah. Kind of be smart about it. Learn from your mistakes, past mistakes. But I guess for you, like, what is your like final vision in terms of like your jujutsu journey? The end game vision.
The end game vision for me, this I know this will probably happen maybe a decade later, but if ever the day that I worked hard to get to black belt would be a different dream, but I had to keep pushing and working every day just to get there, pay my dues, and make sure that I'm learning, I'm honing my craft. That would be the end game if and when I get there. So as long as I keep try to keep that fire lit and keep it going, then the potential is like there to have.
Sky high,
The potential is high.
Yeah.
So
And it's a life lesson too, you know.
in a lot of ways, yeah.
It boosts your self confidence, which is good.
So
Yeah, good shit, man. Shout outs again to Kakoa Collective, Jesse. You know, maybe someday
Yeah.
we can do the collab. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
so
So
but yeah, no, that was just that was just pretty epic. But yeah, transitioning back to the video that we just saw.
right. That's pretty much the main focus of this episode. So
Yeah, transitioning back to the
sure.
to this video, like, not gonna lie, I small. There are some parts I kind of got, some parts like little triggered, but not like too triggered. In terms of
No
like,
way.
in terms of like the basically quit and abandon my job. But I mean that could work, but as long as I have a plan in mind where that actually goes.
Sometimes you gotta take risks in life.
True.
You know, if you're truly not happy. But well, like you said, he didn't like fully quit his job. He still got he still was a general labor, remember? Like
Yeah.
12 hour shifts, but it was only Monday through Wednesday, which is actually not that bad of a schedule.
It's not bad.
Shit,
It's
if I
actually-
work 12 hours a day, but only work Monday through Wednesday, I'll do it. You know,
It's actually not a bad gig.
Monday through Wednesday, 12 hours. That's 36 hours in just 3 days. So that in a way, that's almost full time, almost.
In a way.
So, you know, sure he quit his firm job, which he hated, because that's
Oh, I
honestly that sounds like a job I would hate too. Getting up in the morning and just talking to clients you don't care about, and vice
Right.
versa. Because half the time, you're kind of in the same vein where you work with clients, right?
In a way,
And-
for a short month, I did. For a short month, I did work with clients, and that wasn't the greatest time ever.
Well, not only that, but half the time, none of them care about you guys. Think about it, clients wise.
True. Yeah.
Like, they just order you to do this, do that, but at the end of the day, they rarely like say thank you or even like care about you guys.
I mean, I'll know they'll. Okay, how's this? I'll know that they'll truly care about me. If they whenever they do like rate the worker, like
Oh, okay.
did he did like a good 5-star job.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Like
Okay.
but if you don't want to say anything, cool. But if you get a negative review, then okay, y'all fucked up.
Yeah,
But
I understand. But the
I
grand
don't know,
scheme of
for-
things, though, yeah.
yeah, but the grand scheme of things, sure. It's great. It was great for that short month when I worked at Sunrun and shit. Not gonna lie. Granted, the money was
Good money.
great. It was. Oh yeah, no, fucking. It was great. But
The quality of the work and life there is not.
the quality,
not
the
what
quality,
you're looking for.
the quality of the work at the time was just not happening. And you know the story, but I don't know if the audience knows this story. But I'll be glad to tell
Sure.
it.
Be quick, brief. Yeah.
I'll be kind of brief with this one. So 3 years ago, after I came back from Evil, I basically left IPC and worked for a solar company called Sunrun. And what the job that I was basically learning was based I was basically
Solar
well, not I didn't work on solar panels actually.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So the actual job at the time that I was basically learning was to be more of a inspector, so to speak. And
Inspector Gadget? No.
kind of, yeah, inspector gadget.
What were you inspecting?
So so what I was basically inspecting was I'd go to people's houses on appointments and see if their house, long story short, see if their house was actually qualified to get solar.
Oh, okay.
That's mainly in terms of like, oh, do they have enough roof space? Do they have enough wall space for wall barriers? Do they have all the proper requirements? That kind of thing.
You filled the quota for the guys that installed the panels.
Basically.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. So long story short, what ended up happening?
what actually ended up happening, and if you guys want to hear if you want to go in the deeper version of this story, but I'll give you the crash course version of the story. So the person who was training me was a complete dick and a complete asshole, and just because I was his brother did not mean to give you the right to treat me very low, to disrespect me, and to make me feel depressed and also like not confident of myself.
Wait, did he also train Justin?
He, in a way, he did, but my brother picked up on the business real quick, and
Okay.
he outsmarted his ass.
Gotcha.
So
But in your case, it was just too mentally draining and emotionally.
it was too mentally draining, and it was like way too emotional.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much abuse you, verbally abuse you like day in.
Literally
Sure.
verbal abuse. Like if I fucked up on one thing, I get yelled at for it. That's how bad it was.
Damn. And you were just starting, so I don't know why he'd be so pissy for.
Yeah, and why? I don't know if I ever told you guys it. I guess audience, fam, chat, and Air. I don't know if I told you this, but like towards the last day of the job, I cried when I quit.
You broke down
I broke down in tears and I cried and I quit.
the last day.
Like, toward coming, I'd say like the last like the last 2 days of the job, like I marched into the manager's office and I told him like, I'm done, I'm out, I quit. And it was like tears in my eyes that I basically yeah, right. No, I basically said to the manager like, I can't learn this way. I can't learn when someone you put as the lead tech can be a complete ass to others.
Degrading you.
Yeah.
Damn. So he was pretty much Tum Tum, but times 2.
Oh, worse.
Worse than Tum Tum?
Worse.
Jeez.
Worse than Tum Tum. So.
God damn. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. But you find greener pastures. It sucked it had to end that way, but
yeah. And and then granted, yeah, like a month later, like IPC took me back, which I was like super grateful for.
They're like your family by now.
Pretty much.
As much as you want to find greener pastures, they're where you're comfortable right now, in the moment.
Yeah.
So, but eventually you gotta spread your wings, man. You gotta fly like an eagle.
Spread your I'll sing the other song from Queen. Spread your wings and fly away.
What album's that?
I think that was
The We Will Rock You album.
I think it was News of the World. I think
News of the World. Yeah.
I think that was.
From what I recall.
Yep, it was News of the World.
Okay. You guys spread your wings sometimes.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, the whole finding that gem in terms of like money in the job doesn't always mean happiness, because you don't know what goes behind the scenes.
Right.
Money is part of it, but the happiness is what really matters. So.
And you know what? Like now that I think about it, like three years later, like I'm happy. Like part of me is like I'm like super happy, super doped, and that I'm still there. But part of me is like, okay, my ass cannot be. I think about this. I think about this literally every day. Like,
sure,
my ass cannot be a labor forever. I cannot be doing this shit forever.
So yeah, it goes back to that question of the topic of the guy that quit his firm job, right? Because he hated it, and he went to a temporary general labor's job, but it was just something to get him on his feet. It's not like he's working there like, oh, I'm gonna work here 4 years of my life. No, you give your best years to that company, but you use that to platform a new company, a new passion in life. And his passion was vlogging and traveling.
Right?
And honestly, that's a pretty cool idea, because you and me, we both love vlogging. We've had vlogging episodes here and there, but we also love traveling. I don't know about you, but I love traveling.
Man,
and why not follow that as a passion?
Not gonna lie, traveling on my own was probably like the.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Scary. It was pretty cool, but also kind of the scariest thing ever.
Oh yeah. What was scary about it?
Especially if you're on your own and shit.
Like getting lost and shit?
Like getting lost and shit, and
kidnapped
or kind of like fear of your life, like, oh shit, I gotta, like, you gotta have like 2 eyes in the back of your head, like,
might get mugged.
Yeah,
Might take the wrong Uber.
Right.
That's what I'm scared of.
But nah, you know what? Like I handled it like a champ. Granted,
Nice.
And so, yeah. So
No, but it feels good though, like traveling on your own. You know, as scary and whatever it may be, that's where you live. That's where you grow as a person.
right.
So that's where you find out. Oh, what should I do for myself? What do I do here? That's where all your instincts kick in.
Like, not gonna lie. Like, I think I told you this like years ago. Like after you, like, I actually like it in Vegas. It was actually really nice there, despite how humid, or not humid. Besides how dry it is up there,
Yeah, yeah. Could
I
you see
actually
yourself
liked it.
living up there, like as a place to actually settle down?
In a way, like in terms of like financial affordability. Yeah, actually, I could definitely see that being
Mhm.
played out.
It's
So
very cheap. Rentals very cheap there.
that's why. So and
Tax too.
it's no one it's no wonder why. And now for the longest time I never, because before the Vegas trip, like I honest to God I never understood why it was called the Ninth Island.
Hmm. Now
But
you did,
now
do you?
but now I know why. Like that shit became like clear as like honest day. I see so clearly. Like literally, I saw things very clearly. Like now I know why. Now I know why a lot of people like moving out here. It
Because you
became
know.
so clear to light. You know.
Good shit. Yeah. It definitely opened your eyes. Going out
Oh,
on your
yeah.
own. So. Yeah, that's awesome. I
And
think
then-
that's what's exciting about moving too,
Right.
because you don't know what's gonna happen, but that's the part of it.
So
That's where you challenge yourself.
so yeah. No, that's also gonna be like the super. That's also, and it was a bit of a challenge. It was a bit of a challenge. It was a bit of a challenge going through T. Not gonna lie,
Oh,
it was a bit of a challenge going through TSA with an arcade stick in my bag. I'm like, shit. Okay,
Yeah, why wouldn't they let that through? They shouldn't be too strict on that.
I know, but still, like,
Well, then again, you had like a GoPro, you had like a
I had some camera equipment on me,
Camera.
and it was so funny. It was so funny. TSA opened up my bag, like, asked me, "The fuck is this?" Oh, it's arcade. It's an arcade stick. For what? Oh, it's a tournament I was competing. Okay, you're cool.
Did they really ask you that? The hell is
Yeah. Well, they didn't. Okay, mine is the cussing part.
that? Okay.
Minus the cussing part. But oh yeah, no, they legit asked me, what is that? Oh, it's an arcade stick. For what? Oh, competition. Oh, okay. And then the TSA guard goes, you're like the 10th person I've seen with this thing. I'm like, yeah.
Oh shit. Wait, was this in Vegas?
Yeah, this is literally this is literally when I was already at I was back at McLaren Airport, heading back to Honolulu.
I mean, that was Vegas Day. That was Evo Day, so
So
you can see a lot of those. That's funny though.
right, but yeah, like
The first place you went to was In-N-Out.
Oh, dude, no, okay. So the first thing I did. So the odd thing. Okay, so the odd thing about it was like, I went through Vacation Toy.
Uh-huh.
Kind of weird, because I had to ride the shuttle all the way to the California hotel, and whatnot. And yeah, that was odd. I didn't go in and out right away, but however, I made it possible after Saturday day 2 at Evo.
Right.
Even though I lost, didn't even make it to like top 500.
Mm.
Barely even made it top 500.
Yeah, at least you went though. That's the experience, you know.
Right.
That's what matters.
so after I lost, like, you know what? I think I got an idea. So I put up the Uber app and like in and out. Oh, word! It's like 5 minutes away from the Mandalay. Let's go. So I met up my Uber, went to an In and Out, which like like I was like, oh shit, this is actually pretty cool. And yeah,
Damn.
I ordered me I it was definitely worth the order for the animal style fries and their classic double cheeseburger.
Oh shit.
Like
Broke
that
them out.
like that was worth it. And it was funny enough, like, and here's the weird, well, here's like the added parts of this. Like, okay, so I didn't exactly eat it at In-N-Out. I just ordered it to go and then went back to my hotel.
Damn.
And I just when I got to my hotel room, I just like turned on the TV, and then just had an In-N-Out burger, just and relaxed. Like, in
Your
relaxed
first impression was
fucking
Heaven.
amazing. Fucking amazing. I would 10 out of 10. I would do it again.
really.
Yeah. But then like
I mean,
then
shit,
like late.
that's still on my bucket list, man.
But then later that night, I walked the Fremont. Was that the you thought Halloween at Waikiki was whack? Bruh. Fremont is like Waikiki on crack like every night.
Jesus.
It's like Waikiki on crack every night. There's all like at the where I was staying in California, like you could hear the music, you could hear the people just like going crazy at the Fremont. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that shit was loud.
Wait, what was going on? What was the event?
Nothing. That's just what it is. It's just
Wow.
like you know. Always see like weird. If, those times we're driving Waikiki, there's always a crowd of people like hovering over to see a performance and shit.
Okay.
That's
So
that's
street
what
performers.
Yeah, that's what that shit was. But just like
Damn.
but amplified. That's the word.
Waikiki on steroids was Fremont.
Literally.
God damn.
It's so.
I don't know if that's scary or exciting.
Well,
That's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool.
Until you take a walk on the Fremont, bruh, then you'll see why.
Just don't be walking around with some Yeezys or Jordans in your hand, because you never know.
True. That's why I think I went walking. I just went walking in slippers and shit.
Oh shit. Be as casual
So
as can be.
Yeah, literally be as casual as hell. That's all I can say.
Very smart. Okay.
So.
But yeah, we're kind of going to the 2-hour mark here, so we're gonna end the night with. You want to do some trivia, or do you want to do a rank this?
Let's do a rank this since we're here, since it's one of those kind of episodes where you don't get just us two very often.
Okay. But real quick though, to finish out on the video thing, you think that was something eye opening? I guess in a way, or something to just think on.
To wrap that part of the video.
Yeah.
In a way, if I'm gonna be honest about it, minus all the minus a little, some of the bullshit kind of stuff in there.
Yeah.
But realistically, in real life.
Yeah, if you put it in your perspective in life,
in real life, in in real life. No, a lot of that shit is true.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit that we don't get to achieve before 30 is true. Like it's better to do what you can now before
Before
all that yeah, before you end up regretting it like later on in life.
And remember what he said was, your state of mind determines the finish line. I know it's freaking corny as hell, but that's true. If you think about it.
Yeah, it is because because everyone has like a different finish line in life.
Sure.
Whether it be me getting to the next belt, or me or you, or actually us in general moving out of our parents' house, like literally.
And finding a career that we love. Yeah. Everyone has a different path, different finish line. But everyone can have the same mindset in the beginning. And that's just to push harder, and not be scared. Embrace the fear,
Right?
Sure, life is scary, but you're not gonna live life being scared. You got to take the bull by its horns, so to speak.
Be smart and be wise with, and to also like be smart and be wise with your decisions.
There you go. So we'll put a period on that. We might continue next week, hopefully when Nick gets on here. But yeah, just follow your dreams, everybody. Follow your dreams. This is for the chat, for everyone out there. Don't let anyone tell you can't do it. Anyway, let's get to next segment, or last segment here, which is
rank this.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. For those who don't know what rank this is, basically, we'll ask any sort of subject question. Doesn't have to be related. Doesn't have to be serious. Hell, it can be silly as hell. But as long as we rank it in a certain order, then there you go. We rank it from usually a lot of the rankings work from least to best. I won't say worst.
Yeah.
But depending on the question, you get the idea.
And it can be as simple as like a song, favorite bands, or it can be like a scenario you can come up with. So,
right?
The floor is yours, sir.
Kicking off our rank this. In a pro wrestling scenario.
Oh shit.
If you were pitted against a match, if you only had 3 choices of matches to pick from worst to best.
Sure.
First one, Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
Inferno match.
Oh snap.
Or this one's very recent. A barbed wire exploding death match.
What the hell is that?
Imagine a ring wrapped in barbed wire, but on the barbed wire there's explosives on
what the fuck?
attached to the barbed wire.
So what happens if those go off? Are you gonna die?
Well, you basically it's more like a firework on the back, basically.
Oh shit! So it's gonna burn like hell.
Yes.
Oh hell no! Who the hell would participate in that?
Oh, in the most recent series, we find. Well, I finally had the chance to see it, but none other than Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Title.
Did he defend it?
Kenny Omega defended the title and surprisingly won.
Props to him. He's pushing 50, right?
Actually 40, but still.
Okay, but still, a freaking exploding barbed wire match. Okay, yeah, that's definitely number 3. I do not want to partake in that. weirdly enough, I'd rather take Hell in a Cell over Inferno.
Fair enough.
I just don't
'Cause
want to
Hell
get
in a-
burned.
Because Hell in a Cell, I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you either go through a cell or you get thrown off the cell.
Thrown off the cell. Yeah, which is just as bad. But hell no, I'm not gonna get burned up. So I'll pick that.
So, and barbed wire death matches or exploding barbed wire death matches it's actually as much more deeper history too.
Really?
Much more deeper history.
Ric Flair do some?
Not well, more barbed wire matches, but not the exploding type. The one person that's like synonymous to it is Terry Funk.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, the old school hardcore legend. That's true.
Yeah.
So
So
ECW. Okay.
So
Alright.
okay.
I'll go with round 2 on mine. Actually, round 1 for my question.
All right.
So if you had to pick from these 3 bands to get a free ticket and watch,
Ooh.
which would you pick? Okay. So the bands are Led Zeppelin, Queen,
Ooh.
or this is a very I guess kind of a wild card kind of pick. In his prime, Paul McCartney.
Oh.
So you got Queen, you got Led Zeppelin, McCartney. So rank this.
Okay. Sorry, Led Zeppelin. I sadly I only know Stairway to Heaven, so
Fair enough.
you're gonna have
Fair
to
enough.
you're gonna have to forgive
Nick
me
might
for
hate
that
you for
one.
that, but fair enough.
So sorry, I had to put you at number 3. It's not worst, nor is it the least.
Right. It's just in the options available.
It's just in the options available.
I get you. Now the tough question is the top 2.
Oddly enough, I'd want to see Paul McCartney, and I also want to see Queen.
Right.
But by a slight 1%, I would love to see Queen. But here's a little bit altercation.
Okay.
I don't want to sound like I'm giving hate to this person, but I don't want to. Gosh, Adam Lambert, you're cool, you're great, bro.
Oh shit.
Don't get me
not
wrong,
Freddie.
you're fantastic, but you're not Freddie. I get it, but I know you do your own twist, which is great. Don't get me wrong, it's great,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. But honestly, if there's one person that remotely closest sounds like Freddie, it's Mark Martel.
Not even close. Yep. I agree. He's a
Because because Mark Martel, I became a subscriber because when I heard you and the UQC cover Under Pressure, it was like, no pun intended, but it was like it kind of magic. I was like, whoa,
yeah.
like
And his Somebody to Love cover was amazing.
like whoever the person that did like a Bowie impression was spot on. The Bowie voice was just spot on.
So you'd love to see them live then? Those, Queen and then Martel and the Bowie dude
So
make an entrance.
just that little bit altercation.
Okay. All right. There's your answer. Round 2. Let's move it on.
Round 2.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay. Okay. Round 2. Let's see. I'm gonna try to make this a good one. rank this worst submissions, that you would definitely tap out to.
Oh shit.
Armbar,
Ooh. Okay. Already painful.
rear naked choke,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or heel hook.
Ooh. Snap. They can all literally like tear you apart. Number 3, I don't mind sleep. Was it the sleeper hold? Sleeper hold or rear naked?
Rear naked choke. You don't mind getting put to sleep?
That
Okay.
I don't mind because I'm being put to sleep, so I don't feel the pain at that point. Sure, it'll hurt for like a couple seconds, but again, I'm being put to sleep. I don't mind. Number 2, oh man, would I rather break my ankle or my arm? You know what? I'd rather have a sprained ankle. I do not want to break my
Okay.
arm. Hell no. I know how long that process takes on the recovery part. So
Oh,
hell
yeah.
no. I'd rather be on a crutch than like not be able to use my arm, you know.
True.
So, and I feel like ankles they recover pretty fast compared to an arm, a broken arm.
Relatively.
You know, a couple months maybe. But yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
All right.
All right. So
Round 2.
my question for round 2: which of these wrestlers would you go for? Would you back up? Okay.
In terms of
in terms of just like in the fight, like this is gonna be a 3-way fight. Who would you vote for to win?
ooh, okay.
Okay. So CM Punk,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Dean Ambrose, and the OG himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin, in a 3-way match. Rank them, and they can be in any match you want. I Quit match, Hell in a Cell, TLC, whatever.
Dang, Stone. Are we talking like Stone Cold in like 97 prime? Stone
They're
Cold?
all in their prime. Yep. CM Punk in his prime, Ambrose in his prime, and of course Steve.
I know they say never trust a rattlesnake,
Oh shit.
but in terms of backing up someone, thirdly, I could see myself backing up Punk.
Okay.
Second would probably be Dean Ambrose or John Moxley.
Interesting enough.
By
the end.
in the end, it had to be the rattlesnake himself. And for those who never celebrate 316 day,
Oh yeah, happy 316. Yesterday.
there you go.
Rattlesnake Day. Did he have an episode up that day? Probably
No, he didn't have that.
Took a
So
break?
he just
took a day
guzzled,
off.
just took a 316 day off and just.
Does he have his own line of beer or his own brand?
He actually does, you know.
I want to try it, whatever that is.
He actually does. I forgot where you can get it, but it's like.
Probably like an import
yeah,
beer, yeah.
Yeah.
We
So,
gotta try that
yeah,
one day.
I gotta try it too.
I want
I
to
know
try
I
that
hear-
and Dwayne
I hear-
Johnson's
I hear about
tequila.
Oh, the Termana one.
Yeah. Definitely want to try those two. Because
Well-
Proper 12 didn't pass the test, sorry.
True.
Okay. Going to our last round here. Rank this.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Rank this. Oh boy. Okay. If your mind was reincarnated in a video game universe, what video game universe could you see yourself reincarnated into?
Okay.
The Witcherverse,
Ooh.
Cyberpunk verse
Ooh. Okay. 2 CD Projekt Red games. Interesting.
or The Last of Us verse.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. If I think about it, it'd be annoying as hell trying to get rid of those clickers and shit, and try not to get bit to a zombie. But the adventure of it was pretty cool. Weirdly enough, at number 3, Cyberpunk, because
Makes
I feel
sense.
it. First of all, it's a very dirty city, and in a way, it's more of like a glorified like L.A. if you think about it, which you can already go to in real life. So that's last place. Second place, I have to go with Last of Us. I know it sounds insanely, freaking dangerous. Watching out for the zombies and shit
Right?
on your own, and there's not much bullets and stuff. But just the thrill of it, and the idea of it is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, like a group of friends,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty dope. And of course, number 1, The Witcherverse. Come on.
I mean,
who,
fuck.
who wouldn't want to go hunting for some,
I mean,
what they're called.
how many years of like Witcher
Kikimoras.
school? How many years of Witcher schooling would you have to go through just to like
So-
hone your craft?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I wouldn't mind growing out my hair, get a man bun. Hell yeah.
Right?
Do some Witcher potions, Witcher schooling with Vesemir.
Man, that'd be really
I'll be down
that'd
for
be great.
that. Okay.
All right, throw it at me.
Okay, rank this. If you were, I guess, reincarnated as the superhero. I'm with 33
Okay.
now. So, the Silver Surfer,
Ooh,
the Flash,
ooh.
or shit, I'm blanking out here. I guess Spider-Man.
Ooh.
Any iteration of Spider-Man you want.
Ooh.
So, there you go. Rank them.
Spider. Wait, hold on.
And for Flash, you can be Barry Allen, you can be Wally, whatever. Whoever.
Silver Surfer, I'll probably put you at third. Don't get me wrong, it would be cool to like travel the universe on a
Wouldn't it be cool?
surfboard
Yeah, on a surfboard. Traveling the galaxy.
and have cosmic level base powers
Right.
that are equivalent to Galactus, which would be pretty epic as hell.
Okay. Interesting. Number 3.
Number 2, it'd be fun to be Spider-Man because I wouldn't mind living through. I wouldn't mind like swinging through all of New York City. Whether it be me fighting off the Green Goblin or fighting off the Sinister Six, or me trying to save Mary Jane. So, in that sense, yeah, I put Spider-Man number 2. Although sometimes like sometimes you're always not gonna get the best ending in the world. Sometimes,
Yeah, that happens. Happens to the best of
But-
us.
yeah. So there's that, and then at number 1, boy, I'd kill to do anything to be the Flash.
Which one?
Personally, Barry Allen.
Oh, okay. The OG. Okay. Over
The-
Wally?
Wally, it's definitely like up there. Or if I want to be a villain, like Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash,
Reverse.
which would also be having the
interesting. Being a bad
negative
guy.
speed force, which would be
Yeah.
pretty epic as hell. So
Are
there's
they
that.
just as fast?
Just as fast, but again, Barry is like the original of the Speed Force, and to be able to not only just run run like at the most incredible speed, so fast that you could open up open up portals to other dimensions, or hell, even run back in time. Even though, again, time travel, not the smartest idea in the world, because there's actually a lot of consequences when it comes to time travel.
Yeah. Messing up people's plot holes and stuff, and whatever. So you gotta be careful.
Like because shit like I don't know if you're familiar with Flashpoint.
Yep.
Yeah. So like, because you know in Flashpoint, right? Barry basically just I'm not talking about the one they did in the CW. I'm talking about like the actual Flashpoint itself, where Barry goes back in time and alters the event of his mother being murdered.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So in that timeline, we get it becomes a lot more darker. Like it becomes so fucked up that we get instead of Bruce Wayne, we get Thomas Wayne as Batman.
Damn.
We get Aquaman apparently married to Wonder Woman and shit, and Wonder Woman cutting off Mara's head just for good measure. And and the whole universe, that whole different timeline. It's the entire universe is very in a dystopia.
God damn. So definitely a lot of dire consequences, depending on what you do. Okay. Well, you took a big risk with taking Flash, so well done.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, there you have it. That was our St. Patrick's Day episode. I hope everyone took a pretty good mental note of the message that we're trying to convey here, and some goofy stuff we did. So hopefully we'll see you guys next week with the current cast with Nick and hopefully Emery. But until then, this is Aristotle and of course Uncle Shazam.